Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. We are back officially. Just making sure everything's right on my end. Uh, Hopefully it's not too loud. I might turn it down a little bit here right now. Hold on. I hope that's maybe better. I don't know, but yeah. Just let me know if there's anything off with the audio and such. But yeah, we are back with more Pokemon White version, and we are surprisingly still alive for a run. So, if this is your first or not your first time around, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and just stick around and chat a little bit with us as we go through my quote-unquote Pokemon White randomized Nuzlocke. Yeah. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, we are named Finn. We're in Castelia City with 2 badges, a growing Pokedex, but don't let that fool you. No, we're going to turn off the C gear. We don't care about that. All right. And yep. So where are we in terms of everything? So this is basically it. It's just Meganium. It's just Meganium that we still have to nickname because I accidentally did not nickname Meganium. And if you saw the thumbnail, that guy in the thumbnail is just randomly hanging about. We are going to nickname Meganium after that guy, Sean Spencer, who is a detective, which is our naming convention for this Nuzlocke run. So yeah. Anyway, Meganium is a pure psychic type with liquid ooze, and these moves right here, as you can see. And then we have Raticate, who is dead. Do not make a mistake about that. Raticate is dead. We're just using it as an HM mule. So yeah. So if we lose Meganium with no other Pokemon in our, our party. I don't know why I blinked on the word. Then we just lose. But yeah. So I hope everyone is good. I hope everyone's well, and if not, I hope things get better. I've been here and there. Yeah. Just hanging around. I think this is where we have the name raider. Nope, it's not. Well, the name raider's around here somewhere. But yeah. So just to catch people up to speed, yes, Meganium is our only alive Pokemon. No, we do not get another encounter until we get to the desert, which is sad, but it is what it is. But hopefully we can still make it through. And I didn't update the rule there. I didn't update the rules, as you can see on the side over there. Uh-oh. Oh, there's this guy. He gives you the oh. Well, he normally gives you flash, I think. But yeah. A little jump scare warning for you guys out there. But what was I gonna say? Oh shoot, I forgot. Yeah, okay, right. So the rules you see on the right of the screen, most of those are correct, except I didn't update that one in the hold on, the level cap rule, in that it's we can go past the level cap. That is perfectly fine with us and whatnot. However, if we enter the gym, we cannot leave it until it is complete. That is the rule that we have set up for ourselves. So yeah. Let's see if I can... You're not the name raid, are you? Go ahead and massage my Pokemon then, I guess. I don't know. Is the name raid in this building? I feel like it is. Maybe not? No. Not. Well, that's unfortunate. No, I think those are the game developers right there. But yeah. Alright, so a lot has happened between today's streaming session and the last one, which was about 2 weeks ago. And most of what's happened in the world, not so great. We've lost a few celebrities, sadly. Or not so sadly, depending on who you ask, I guess. But we've where am I going? I'm trying to find the name raider here. Is he up this alley? No, we were just. Oh my gosh. Apparently, I need to put on like a tag or something. Hold on. Let me read the sign. The Pokemon Gym. Well, we already know that's not that. What about this? Battle Company. Nope. Mode Street? I don't think so. I don't think so. Castilia Street? Nope. Okay, we'll find the name raider eventually, I think. Hopefully. Alright, let's just go ahead and is this it? Hold on. Studio Castilia, nope, that's not it. I guess some of the biggest news in terms of what's relevant to us is that whole fiasco with the payment processing situation. So if you guys aren't aware, maybe the name raider is over here. If you guys aren't aware, oh yeah, that's the name raider, I know him. There he is. We are going to call this one, hold on, Spencer. Named after Sean Spencer. There we go. Alright. So, if you guys aren't aware, there was a little happenstance that occurred on oh god, what? Oh my god, why am I blanking on? Steam. Okay. And the whole thing was that Sharon's right up there, so I'm not going to encounter him. Okay, what is our encounter? Our encounter is Escavalier. Okay, that is something. That is something. Okay. Alright, God, I forgot what these do. Alright, so, here we go. Ooh, still... Okay, well, surprisingly, the Escavalier is still alive. For now, if we can catch it. We'll do one heal ball and then, like, one Pokeball. And I think that's it. I think that's all we can do. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, yes, we actually caught something. Good for us. Okay. The Cavalry Pokemon. These Pokemon evolve by wearing the shell covering of a Shelmet. The steel armor protects the whole body. That's really cool. I did not check the typing. What was that? Is it a psychic type? Oh, that's not great. Okay, so our naming convention were detectives. So this is actually really timely, quote unquote, timely. But hold on. I'm going to call this one Chuck, and I'll explain in a moment. I'll explain that nickname in a moment. But Wing and but anyway, as I try to not get off track, what happened with Steam is that there was some group normalize. Oh, normalize. Oh, that sucks. I mean, granted, we can hit Dark type Pokemon, but normalize really? Man, all these are fantastic, really. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, well, Power Trick can be pretty useful for getting better defense, and Wonder Room also maybe good. I don't know. But man, okay. Well, you know, let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it'll be decent. Who knows? But man, that's rough. All right. So anyway, as I keep saying, but getting off track, there was a movement by some a group in Australia, I believe, about you know, censoring certain content that consumers can get, and the two main players, aside from that group, in that whole censoring thing, were Steam and payment processors like I think MasterCard or Visa or something like that. Roselia, and and I don't know. I don't know the complexities of what has happened and what was going on, but essentially Steam implemented new rules into their into the way they sell adult games of the nude variety, of the lewd aspects, if you will, and all to comply with the demands of this group. And helping them out were the payment processors like Mastercard. And so it wasn't necessarily that that ooh, a rocky helmet. Oh, that could be pretty useful. Hold on. And it's not that it's solely on the fault of, say, what is this? Oh, a smoke ball. Okay. It's not solely on the fact that it's only Steam and its processors, but also this group whose name escapes me, that are, you know, restricting the selling of adult games. But it's mainly that the backlash is directed is directed only toward, well, not only, you know, but primarily, like, way more than not, towards Steam and MasterCard. And I think that, of course, both Steam and MasterCard do share a fair share of the blame in their parts to comply with this group, but keep in mind that we need to also hold this group in contempt, and you know, just I it's ironic because I completely forgot what their name was, um but yeah, so it's not just Steam and MasterCard, or you know, the payment processors. It is also this group that need to learn that that the freedom of expression through games, even through the lewd parts of humanity, shouldn't be censored because those two are oh god, poison gas. Those two are uh important parts of what makes art so fascinating and unique and just overall expressive. Um, I don't think I'm putting it in an eloquent way right here, but the way I see it is that once you start labeling what is lewd and not, and what is suitable for purchase through someone's own hard work or hard-earned money, like if you restrict that, then you start having the quote unquote like these companies they have the freedom and know-how to start labeling anything as irresponsible and lewd and things of that nature, you know, which isn't really which you know. So the best example would be like there was this one episode of The Simpsons where Marge tried to cancel Itchy and Scratchy, right? The two the two what is it? Tom and Jerry parodies of the Simpsons, where they were pretty gory and rambunctious little things, and just all around menaces. And Marge tries to cancel them in efforts to keep her children and other people's children safe from those kinds of proclivities. Oh. Mm. And she is actually successful in that endeavor, and everything's great for her. But then when so essentially in her successful campaign in censoring this violent piece of art, um, it actually makes production of children, like children's productivity much better. Like they go outside, they play on the playground, all that kind of stuff, and that's all well and good. And those are like good intentions on Marge's part. But when Michelangelo's David rolls into town for like a tour or whatever, her group, the group that rallied behind her to censor Itchy and Scratchy, they want her to lead the charge to oh god Jesus, to censor and cancel quote unquote Michelangelo's David, in which Marge says she doesn't want to because she honestly thinks it's a work of art, and she's right. But she also realizes that she can't have her cake and eat it too in that aspect. Like art is something that while you can censor it, it will not stop the human spirit from enjoying other aspects of it, if you will. Like for example, cartoons. Like people will find ways to find their entertainment, and if you start restricting them, like the way that Steam, Mastercard, and this one group are have been trying to do, then it's only gonna make things look bad on their end. Not because these games in particular are, great or fantastic works of art that need to be, experienced by the masses, but because Ooh, hold on. We're pretty close to dying here. Hold on. But because, they are art and they are an expression of people's emotions and wants, desires, and thoughts. And while not everyone will agree to them, or agree to the usage of them, like once we start censoring certain pieces of art, then where do we go from there? How do we stop that? Do we stop it? Like, like there is an understanding that the kids should not have access to like pornographic or uh, games or media that will leave a deep impression on them in moments in their time when they are very impressionable, such as pornography or heavy violence or other things of that nature. No one's arguing that kids should be exposed to that, especially at an early age or something like that. But ooh, Mareep. But it does bring up the matter of maybe parents should monitor their children even closer, or you know, if we do have to like put more restrictions on games, let's have some sort of uh, let's have some sort of let's have better ways of doing that. I don't know how to do that. I'm definitely not an expert in that kind of stuff. But you, censoring what needs to be censored can be a double-edged sword, and that you know we where do we stop? Where does it stop? Ooh, Lilligant is a bug type. Okay, great to know. And Sudowoodo is a dark type. That's awesome. Ah, boy. Wait, no. Wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot. Escavalier has normalized. That means Sudowoodo is a ghost type. Ooh. Alright. Alright. But yeah, that's my little... I guess that's my little spiel. My little rant, I suppose you could call it. But yeah, if you're a game developer watching this somehow, first off, thank you for joining in. But secondly, if it ever comes down to like publishers or payment processors trying to cut you down, censor you, don't back down. Make your dreams and your memes and all your stuff. Express yourself. And if you're like a payment processor, let people buy stuff. Like you'll get your cut. Like Jesus. Like granted that not everything's going to be perfect. Not everything's going to be all dandy. But if you fall to the regime of people who want to restrict other people's moral ambiguities for the sake of saving the children, there are better ways of doing that. Like watching your kids for once. Like, oh god. Oh god, come on. I'm going to send in parole, and then we will leave. And hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, well, Perot is, somehow still alive. Go away. Yep. There we go. I guess he's like a rock or something type, I don't know. Alright, cool. There's some sort of item there. Alright. But yeah, ooh. I hope everything works out for Steam and the consumers who want to buy the loot games. I most certainly wouldn't buy a loot game on Steam, but you know, that's just me. Um, I have other ways of accessing that kind of stuff. But anyway, um, right, I was going to explain why I named Escavalier Chuck. So, ooh, drought. Right. Okay, well, that shouldn't be very effective, but it does confuse us. And that's kind of annoying. Of course, yeah, obviously. Let's see if we can power trick. I don't like that. Of course. Yep. Why should it be any other way? So, over the past few weeks or so, I was rewatching a little show called Pushing Daisies. You know, it's been a while since I've seen it. Like, I first watched it in like 2019, 2018, around that time frame. And, you know, I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. It was good. So, you know, I got around to rewatching it just for the heck of it. But, and one of the main characters is named Charlotte. Charlotte Charles, which her nickname is Chuck. So there we go. And I said that our naming convention is our detectives, and it is a detective show. So you know, Chuck herself is not a detective. She's actually a zombie. So guess I have to explain that. So the idea behind Pushing Daisies is that you have one guy named Ned, and he has a supernatural power, and that is to revive the dead. But there are a few catches to that. So first off, Ned, if he touches something that's dead, they will come back to life. However, if he touches them again, they will turn back dead, and they will stay dead. So there's like no do-overs for that one. So yeah, it's one and done. So just imagine you have a dead guy, you touch him, he comes to life. You touch him again, he goes back dead. And then if you touch him one more time, he'll stay dead. That's essentially what Ned is. And so Ned, he finds this power through childhood, and then his mother dies, and so he brings her back to life. Like, yeah. However, the second catch to his power is that if someone else is alive, hold on, hold on. So the second catch to his power, I'm trying to wrap my head around this, is that if the person he brings back to life is alive for 1 minute, then someone else nearby will quote-unquote take their place, and they will die. So, Ned keeps his mother alive for 1 minute, which is like, this is what he knows. That's essentially what he knows. And then a minute passes, and then the man across the street, dies after that 1 minute, and yeah, that's it's pretty sad. Or at least it would be if we actually knew the guy. We don't. If anything, we don't really care about him. However, the man across the street, he has a daughter. Her name is Charlotte Charles. also nicknamed Chuck. So yeah, there you go. So after Chuck is made an orphan, she goes off to live with her parents, or not her parents, her aunts. They say aunts in the show. I'm gonna call her aunts. So yeah, she goes off to live with her parent. God, aunts, and you know they're essentially like not anywhere to get. God, why can't I talk today? They don't see each other for like 20 years or something. It isn't until like 20 years or something pass where Ned discovers that Chuck died. Oh. Yeah, she was on a cruise ship, and she may or may not have been murdered. I will let you guys find out. Um, and so he brings her back to life. And if you remember that one rule, if someone is revived for more than a minute, someone else takes their place. Someone else dies, that becomes a whole different story. But yeah, so Ned and Chuck are now alive to solve her murder. And joining them is Ned's detective friend, uh, big guy. I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? He's played by Chi McBride. I can't remember his name. What? Uh, hmm. Hmm. God, I have to look this up now. What was his name? Hold, give me one moment. Uh, Give me one moment. Right. The detective friend is named Emerson. God, that's such a weird name. No wonder I didn't remember it. So yeah. So it's these three against I don't know, some sort of clock. I don't know. To find out who killed Chuck, and they actually solve it pretty easily. It's like resolved in like the first episode. But after that, Chuck is still left alive because Ned and Chuck are in love and whatnot. And so, oh, Barrage, what the heck? And so they go on to solve more murder mysteries, essentially. So yeah. Um, and that's the whole concept. That's the whole concept of pushing daisies. They find victims, they revive them back up for like less than a minute, and then go from there. And it's good. It's okay, but rewatching it, and I don't think it has aged well. Like I think it's like, okay. I mean, the show premiered in like late 2000s, so it's like so just to give you a good time frame of what we're looking at, but but yeah, there's some lines and jokes here and there that definitely haven't aged well socially, but uh, in terms of like everything else, like it's still not good. Like some of the production value still like you could definitely see was not as good as you remember it. Like I remember there was like in the second episode, there's a way. So the whole cliche about people having you know relationships inside of a car, and the car is shaking about, and it's all steamy in there, and the steamy windows are like all steamy. I don't know how to explain this. So you see the steam on the window of the car that is shaking from these people having sex. Um, what's weird is that actually, is this cheating? I'm not thinking about it. Is this cheating to just throw out Perot? I think it is cheating. I'm gonna stop doing that. I didn't even think about that. My bad. Um. So yeah, as these people have sex in the car, that's just like, whatever. But you can see that, like, if you get a closer look at the scene of what's happening, the like something really breaks the illusion. So you have the scene, you have the car shaking about, but then you have the girl wiping her hand against the window, to show that things are getting rough, I guess. I know that's a weird way to put it, but yeah. But when she does do that, you see that they're fully clothed, which is like whatever, but they're just sitting in there. Like they're just sitting in there. They're not doing anything. Like it breaks the illusion of what's happening in that scene. And the way this show is formatted is already weird enough, because there's a lot of flashbacks and a lot of weird narration to the show. The narration is actually one of the more charming parts to the show, but it is weird because it does break the illusion that in this flashback, where things are being explained. Hold on. Oh wait. Yep. So now we do story. We essentially gotta skip all this. There's Berg. Yeah, we need to go to the pier, right? So, God, when was I? Like, she's not. It's not just that one scene too. Like, is this the right area? I don't think it is. No. There's a whole other bunch of scenes that make it so weird. That just don't make Pushing Daisies look good in terms of production design, like, and all that. Like, oh god, you can tell that the show was meant to be seen through like a 4:6 screen, because if you see it in widescreen, then a lot of the secrets of the show, the behind the scenes, would just be, you know, pretty prevalent. And that's not knocking the show necessarily, but it's just weird. Um, yo, Hitler's Walther PP. Yes, I do remember you. You're hammered right now. Well, I hope you're having fun. Drink in moderation, I guess. But yes, I do remember you. You have been present in my Balatro streams. I'm trying to keep that pronunciation in check. But yeah, I do remember you. Thank you for joining us. As you can see, we're playing Pokemon White Randomized. And this is a Nuzlocke, and I am somehow still alive, and all that. And I was just talking about how oh no, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about issues. I'm sure everyone has their vices and their problems, as happens. But yeah, I hope things go well for you. If you're not in the best of times right now, but yeah, we're playing Pokemon. Anyway, so yeah, I was just talking about a show called Pushing Daisies, and how it definitely hasn't aged well in terms of like stuff. Like this oh boy. Like I just explained how there was a scene in the show where, you know, there's the quote unquote illusion of two people having sex in the car. But if you actually look closer in that scene, is the car is just shaking about, and the people in that car are just sitting down. In fact, it may not even be people. It might be just be one person. Now that I think about it, but yeah, like the production definitely hasn't um aged well, if you will. Oh, come on, man. Alright. I mean, that doesn't really do anything for us because don't like that. But yeah. Alright. And then there's another episode called the hold on, wait. Don't hit yourself. Don't hit yourself. Yes. Okay. Cool. There's another episode called the Norwegians, which yeah is basically about some Norwegian people and whatnot. Sure, but the main thing to take away from that is that when there was in the opening scene of the episode, there's you have the kid the kid version of the main character. Um, his name is Ned, and then he has a friend, and then the narration says that, oh yeah, these two are best friends, and that even when they're alone, that they can find, you know, the greatest enjoyment in each other's company, and so they're so clearly supposed to be like alone and whatnot. But then if you see the show in like widescreen, that if you see this show in widescreen, you'll see people in the background, like you'll see like, and it's not even people who are fitting to the time period. They are clearly crew and production people. Like, it's just super weird. So it's definitely not a show meant to be watched in widescreen. But anyway, aside from that, like, there's also a lot of weird things like editing to it, which you could argue is part of the charm to the show. Um, like the setting itself is like if you do a camera pan out shot of the show eh, of like the main storefront of the pie maker, it's just like a 3D render made in Blender, I guess you could say. Um, but it definitely hasn't aged well in terms of what it looks like nowadays. It doesn't look good. But you could argue that is part of the charm because there is like a storybook aspect to it all, and you know, and some people like that, and and there are like bits and pieces here and there that you know, you can tell the production budget wasn't high, but they did work with what they had, and they do have their own distinct style to tackle. So it is a hit and miss kind of thing with the editing. And it is weird. If I were to recommend Pushing Daisies, I would because it is weird, but it does have a lot of problems with it. I will say that. Like the production design is, oh, the production design is has not aged well. A lot of the writing hasn't aged well. Um, oh, some of the some of the mysteries and you know ways to go about solving those mysteries are kind of nonsensical and whatnot. Um, and it overall is not phenomenal, but it is interesting because the narration and like the style they try to go for, they are charming. They are trying to tell this story as if it's like a little story or like a storybook, if you will. And you know, the characters are likable, uh, or likable enough, if you will. And you know, the story itself is genuinely good. Like it is pretty fascinating to have this guy revive the dead for a minute, and then solve their deaths. Yeah, it's not that bad. But I'm sure it's not gonna be for everyone, and it is what it is. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I was just rambling. Let me get a swig of my drink. Hmm. Can you name a Pokemon after me, please? Okay, so hold on. Hmm. My nose feels all stuffy. Hold on. Okay, so currently our naming convention is hold on. Oh man, another smoke bowl? We already have one of those. Okay, so currently our naming convention is let me just actually just show you. Hold on, give me one moment. God, I wish I had a bike. I need a bike. Give me a bike. I guess I need to also heal up, don't I? I mean this will do us. Yeah, this will do us well. Yeah, the show does sound interesting. I mean, it is interesting. Like I, I definitely think it is good, but it definitely has problems. But I do think it is worth a watch. And it was sadly canceled before anything could really pick up off the ground. But it does have 2 seasons to it, and where it does end, it's not bad. Like, like it's one of those endings where it is a sort of cliffhanger, but it's also kind of not, where everything seems just about resolved, and you can see some things up to interpretation, that kind of thing. So it's not terrible, is what I'm saying. But yeah, so 2 seasons, total of 24 episodes, I think. 24, yeah, yeah. And each episode's about like an hour long ish. Yeah. But yeah. So what as I was going to say, our naming convention for this run are famous detectives, for no other reason than what I just saw. Or what I just thought of, for no other reason. So, as you can see, Meganium right here is nicknamed Spencer, which is named after Sean Spencer from the detective show Psych. And then we have this Radicate, who is dead. I want to make clear, I want to clarify, this Radicate is dead. This Radicate is only a HM slave, if you will. So yeah. But if we lose Spencer and Chuck here, then that's the end of the run. So I'm just clarifying that. Eradicate does not count. Okay, so anyway, as it happens, Chuck here was named after a character from that show I was just talking about, Pushing Daisies, because that show is also a detective show. I don't know why I named it Chuck, it just came to my head. And it also seemed like a good segue. And so we have this Glaceon, which I did not get to nickname. I fumbled that one, but is dead. So this is the underground. This is our graveyard, if you will. Then we have Clouseau right here. This was a pretty good one until that one died to like a rock move. And then this was Nancy, which was named after Nancy Drew. So yeah. Aside from that, let me just exit out here. Yeah. So yeah, so right now we only have Chuck and Spencer. So yeah, that is our naming convention. But I will tell you this, Hitler's Walther PP, if we do die and we have to start up a new run, then we will name our starting Pokemon after you, and then we'll go from there. How about that? But hopefully we won't die. And yeah, so I just want to clarify that the rules on the right of the screen that you're seeing here, that you see on the right, those are all in effect except for the level cap. The level cap I got rid of because honestly it was just too hard and it wasn't really fun. This is run number 5 and like 3 of my deaths are attributed to the level cap, or pretty much. So yeah. So instead of the level cap, my compromise is that I cannot leave the gym until I beat it. So once I enter the Castelia gym, I cannot leave until we die or we win. So yeah, that's the compromise. So anyway, here we go. And hopefully we can beat it. Yo, champ in the making, you got something for me? Yeah, cool. You love Sean? Yeah, I do too. The Psych is a really good show. I I actually rewatched Psych like a year ago. Because Psych is a fun show. Um, but rewatching it, I got really annoyed by some of the antics of Sean especially. But some of the other characters also got a tad annoying. But yeah. But other than that, it still holds up. It's still a good detective show. And anyone who hasn't seen Psych should go watch it. Okay, so we're dealing with a dragon type Survivor? Okay. Well, that's fun. Oh, okay. A Dark Void? Is this thing a dark type? I hope not. Or if it is a dark type, we just destroy it right now. Hopefully, please. Draco Meteor again? Ugh, man. Yeah, it doesn't do as much, so that's great. I need to stock up on like PP items. Okay, we got Rufflet. I don't think that's super strong, but don't like that. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so Chuck's ability is Normalize. So that means Rufflet is either a rock or steel type. Alright, so let's go ahead and switch out. Ooh, so don't like that. Okay, so no, stop that. Alright, I think. Ooh, wow. Yeah, that's it. There we go. So I hope everyone's been doing well, and if not, I hope things get better. And like I said that earlier in the stream, but some people weren't here at the beginning of the stream, so it doesn't hurt to say it again. Oh god, I forgot about this freaking thing. Oh man, didn't even have time to heal up. I mean, Wurmple doesn't seem like it'd be trouble, but sometimes these Pokemon can just pull out the nastiest of moves. Yeah, like that. Well, there goes Chuck. Chuck is dead again. Aha, if you... anyway. God damn it. Alright, well, I guess this is still up to Spencer. Spencer's... Oh, God, okay. Alright, yeah, sure. Alright, cool. Well, I mean, that's not it. We still have Oshawott to deal with, but... Oh, a slow start. Oh, sucks for you. I need to save up on the Luster Purgers, actually. I need to, hold on. Night Days, how about that? Ah. Hydro Cannon, what? Weird. Alright. Your sister, Psych, and made you watch it when you were teenagers, and now you love the show too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is great. Yeah, it's a great show. Like, it has great comedy, it has some great mysteries and writing. Man, I saw Psych as when I was a teenager too. It was on a what was it? It was on a channel called Ion Channel, I think, where they basically just showed a bunch of reruns and all that stuff with various different shows. So yeah, that's how I got into Psych, and that's yeah, that's how I fell in love with it. And it's still going on technically. Like they're still making movies too. So it's like they made 3 movies, and apparently 3 more are in development, I think. Or you know, to that extent. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and Super Potion Spencer right here. Oh no, stop that. And we also need to give Spencer some way to heal. Well, I guess Spencer is just going to be paralyzed for the time being. Awesome. Yeah. Well, Spencer's paralyzed. Okay. Yeah. Psych has like 3 movies, and I've only seen like the first one. I was actually meaning to watch the other 2. It's been a while since I've seen the first one too, so I might actually watch it again. But yeah. Um what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to take the Rocky helmet off of Escavalier. Yep. And then give it to Spencer. Alright. Alright, Spencer, if you can somehow pull off one-shotting this gem, then I will take back everything bad I've ever said about Meganium ever. Come on. Alright. Speaking of Meganium, how about hold on. Oh, there we go. Speaking of Meganium, how about that Pokemon Legends ZA stuff? There was a Pokemon Direct recently, and by recently I mean like 2 weeks ago, and it was fine, I guess. Everything about it, I predicted that it just turned out to be another one of another Direct, filled with mobile game stuff and like maybe a few anime stuff. And then they save like the Legends ZA stuff for last, which, you know, you can't really fault them for doing that. It's, yeah. But man, everything was just so boring, bare bones. Like, if, like, like, at a point, like, I don't really, god damn it, I don't really blame them for how they format their Pokemon Directs, but I just, uh, you know, they're just so predictable that, like, like I just wait until like the whole thing is already out instead of just watching the stream and then just watch the video and then skip to the end. Yeah, that's because that's all it really amounts to. People don't stay for Pokemon Cafe or Pokemon Concierge. People stick around for the news at the end. And you know, oh god. Well, luckily we're already paralyzed, so we don't get burned. But damn. And the news itself just wasn't that great. God, stop doing Inferno. God. Doesn't that have like a 50% hit rate or something? Anyway, we're just gonna call mine. Okay, well, never mind. Okay, we only have, what, 6 more PP of damaging moves? We have to use that. Stop that! Okay. Yeah, big mess. Covering yourself up with cotton. Anyway. Yeah, the news just wasn't that great. Like, even the Legend ZA stuff was just kind of boring. Oh god, dang it. Okay, well, I'm just gonna... don't like that. Come on, man. Jesus. This is why we just need to freaking stock up on healing items. Lesson learned, I get it. But damn. Dual shop. Oh. Okay, okay. That's not enough. Okay. Really? Can I just not get any kind of moves out? Oh, Jesus. Like, what were the big news of Legends ZA? They introduced a few new characters. Cool. You get a little more insight on how the mechanics of the world works. I guess that's fine. Yeah, sure. And then you get, the big one, Mega Dragonite, which is just Dragonite with wings on his head and like a ball on his tail, I guess. Cool. Like it's just not that interesting, guys. Like I'm sure there are people who like Mega Dragonite's design, but I find it a little silly and kind of dumb. But you know, I mean, I don't think it's horrible, but you know, I don't think it's spectacular either. But yeah, that's all we got from the Pokemon Legends ZA Direct, plus other stuff. And yeah, it certainly was a video. Yeah, I wasn't really enthused going into it in the first place anyway. So like I wasn't screaming from the rooftops that they're going to show everything, that they're going to be super. They gotta show like, come on, they gotta show like 14 new Mega Evolutions and like 3 new anime. Maybe they're going to bring like red, blue, or Ruby and Sapphire to like the virtual console or whatever. I don't. First off, if people thought they were going to do that, of course they won't do that. They gotta put that behind a paywall because you know that's just how they operate. But secondly, I'm going to see if I actually have anything for Meganium. No. Okay. Well, if we die, we die. Right, but yeah, uh, it was just so boring. Like that's why that's why I said during like the last stream I did when before it was the before that presentation was supposed to go up. uh, I, I just knew that wasn't going to be anything special. Like I'm not saying that to be like I told you so kind of in a way. It's just like I'm just exasperated by how predictable these things go, you know? And it's not that I don't want them to be successful or, you know, do their way. Like, I'm open for them doing it their way. But, you know, you can't really blame me if their way is just sticking to the status quo with minute changes here and there. Anyway. I'm glad they're making new Mega Evolutions because I feel like they didn't really make a whole lot of Megas the first time. Yeah, I am sort of glad too, because I thought Mega Evolutions were awesome. Like they definitely had their problems, but I definitely thought they were first and foremost awesome. But excuse me, sorry. Don't like that. Um, but like they made like what 60 Mega Evolutions, right? Am I making that up? They made a lot. They actually made a lot more than they maybe you remember, but you know not particularly enough or a lot. But okay, so well, oh, is this it? It's not. Ooh, oh, you somehow survived that. Okay, well I can't switch out. Nope. But what was I going? Where was I going with this? Um, God damn it, I can't. But anyway, I think in terms of what Pokemon and the Pokemon Company can do in terms of designing these new Mega Evolutions, I think they can go the distance. But with Mega Dragonite, it's like it's kind of a rough start. I'm not gonna hold my breath after that. Um, but I have seen the leaks. Um, God damn it! I have seen the leaks of what Pokemon are supposed to, or you know, which Pokemon are slated to get Mega Evolutions, and you know, I think those are some interesting Pokemon. I think those are unique Pokemon that you can do something with, and you know, yeah. But if they just go like the Mega Dragonite route, where there's a few minimal changes, but like one big change, there's like, it makes me a little less enthused. I'll say. But hopefully they prove me wrong with the next mega reveal. But you know, let's hold our breath on that one. But anyway, we somehow survived. That's awesome, especially with Meganium. So yeah, Meganium, you are not so useless. I can't believe the furthest I've gone in the Nuzlocke is with a Meganium. Like a solo Meganium. That's of all the Pokemon. My first run had a Steel type Wailord with huge power and Heavy Slam, and we still lost. And yet somehow Meganium is the one we go furthest with. Isn't that weird? Anyway. Hi there. Could you do me a favor? Let's have a Pokemon battle. Iris has trained me, and about 4, sure. So yeah, after... Oh boy. Okay, so after that battle, we have to... Well, first we're going to heal. But after that, we have to fight 2 rivals in like a row or something. It's not fun. It's not awesome. But, you know, it is something. Alright. So, oh my butt. Just moving it around. Okay, I think our next goal is to hopefully get to Nimbasa City alive. Okay, 07 for Escavalier. You will be missed, even though you didn't last that long. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I want to do this properly. We need to give Escavalier a proper burial. Stop it! Jesus. You know, I had this um, cartridge, wink wink, set to like fastest text option, but damn, sometimes it can be really annoying. Alright, so we are back to square one with only Meganium. That's awesome. And I did learn my lesson. Let's get some actual good stuff. Like, let's get a few Pokeballs. Let's grab a few Super Potions. Let's grab a few Hyper Potions. Let's grab at least one of these. And, you know, one of each, if you will. Nope, stop. And maybe a few repels. Yeah, 15 sounds reasonable. Yeah, there we go. You got something for me? And no. Alright, let's do... Okay, let's do double rival battles, I guess. Alright, so our next encounter should be in the, that, desert area place. I can't remember what it was called, but you guys, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. The area with a bunch of ruins and all that. Alright, so we enter here. Let me get some water so I don't die. Mm. 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 We have Mia. Was that her name? I don't remember. Alright. Alright, Spencer, let's do this. Hopefully, 5 lush deposures in a row should do it. Ooh, a Gardevoir, huh? Ah, okay. Snow warning? What the frick? Alright. Alright. Ooh, not enough. What? What the heck? Well, okay, okay. Well, that takes care of that. Oh, we got a Fungus Among Us. I was actually thinking about what other games I should stream, and that got me thinking about you know, streaming games in general, and you know, like the life cycle of games, in terms of like the streaming uh platforms of our times. So you had well, the big one is Fortnite. Let's be real here. Fortnite will probably be always constant until end of service, and even after that, should things go well with the stop killing games movement, that that Fortnite will still be alive. But then you also have like other games like Among Us, and then don't like that. I should heal up. Hold on, hold on, hold on. And then you had like Five Nights at Freddy's. What was it? That one game. It, I don't think people. I don't think people remember this game actually. I think. Yeah, I don't think people remember this game as that. It's probably an underrated game that no one's ever played before. It was called Undertale. Yeah, yeah, that game. Don't think people ever heard of that game. No, obviously I'm kidding. But um, so yeah, in terms of like the streaming conscience, if you will, of our collective parasocial lives, uh, the evolution of gaming and streaming is certainly an interesting social experiment, if you will, because of how you know how social we actually become in terms of like the parasocial aspects of streaming. Like you had like the early Let's players like Markiplier, PewDiePie, the Game Grumps, and all those that paved the way for like later uh, uh, Let's players like Koi X Kenshin and uh wow I don't know why I'm blanking on this but I think you guys know what Ninja. That's a good one. That's a good one. Uh, Alpharad. Um, he wasn't known for streaming, but he eventually got into the game. Um, but yeah, and so the evolution of gaming and streaming made games like more sociable, like Fortnite, and of course, and then you had Among Us, which it came out in 2018, but with the advent, not advent, with the coming of COVID, it made socializing through gaming even more prominent. So now you have like these multiplayer games um, that not only you stream, but there's a wider array of people having access to that kind of entertainment. Like it's definitely not a new thing because you had World of Warcraft and all those MMORPGs back in the day, and of course they're still around. Don't get me wrong, but they weren't as prominent, or World of Warcraft is probably a bad example because that was everywhere, but you know, other games weren't as prominent because some people just didn't have the internet or like the time, the know-how, all that kind of stuff. But now, in this new age of gaming, the age of the internet gaming, like socializing has never been better. And while that is a great thing, um, you know, and it also creates like a little pack. It also creates little pockets of like the negative aspects of gaming, like and streaming. I mean, like for example, the parasocial parts of a fan base. Like if you've seen like some really popular streamers, like really popular, especially of the especially women, sometimes they'll get unwanted attention from people who may not have the best thoughts intended, but that's just like one example. But I mean, there's also like the unhealthy like obsession of streaming and gaming. Like there are some streamers, I won't name names, who basically just live on the internet without without uh uh any form of uh what, god damn it, hygiene. I don't know why I blanked out there for a moment, but without a sense of hygiene or self-awareness, and they make a lot of money off of what they do, not because of the not because of the hygiene, but because of the online antics. But people will see through that lens that being unhygienic is not productive, or n- not being hygienic, sorry, is not productive. Thus, thus we shouldn't do it because if we want to make money, just get on that grind and just never take a bath, which is obviously terrible. But some people just get that impression, and and like not everyone, not even maybe even a majority of people, but there are some people who will take that into consideration, and like it's just not great. Like it's just another form of the parasocial parts of streaming and whatnot, and I think we need to keep that in mind going forward. That for as many people that are out there streaming, um, there are much more people out there watching them, and their influence is much bigger than what we may give credit, or what we may hope to imagine. So yeah. Oh boy, come on. Skunk Tank, come on. Alright, boy. Let me move my butt around, hold on. What? Oh no, oh no! No! Critical hit? What the hell? Oh, God. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Well, that's annoying. Frick. Alright, so for those of you who do not know, or just entered, or something like that, Meganium was our last and only Pokemon. So yeah, we just lost. Frick. Oh man, that sucks. Yep, yep. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, Perot is not alive. Perot, for all intents and purposes, is an HM slave. But doesn't matter now. Yep, we sadly lost. Yeah. So 07 to Spencer, he could not foresee what was going to happen. Really, a critical hit? If that was not a critical hit, we would have lived. God. God, that's annoying. Alright. Alright. Well, let me just throw this match, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. There he goes. That stinks. Oh boy. Oh man. And let's go ahead and save. But yeah, that's the end of that run, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, luckily I do have 2 more cartridges to load up. Wink wink. So let's go ahead and do that, huh? Let's go ahead and do run number 6. Yep. Australia, thy name is whatever Charon was named at that time. Alright. So, run number 6. Awesome. Hi there, my name is Juniper. This is a Pokeball, and this is a fur coat waiting to be made. Blah blah blah, we don't care. I'm just gonna press our handy dandy fast forward button on our Nintendo DS, as we all know. And we're just going to go ahead and go with the girl this time. I'm gonna pick a random letter here. I have my eyes closed. Let's see, do we get a normal letter? Yeah, we have a Q. Okay, well, not a lot of Q names out there. Her name's Quinn, I guess. Sure. And now we're just gonna fast forward a little bit and then you'll get, you know. Nothing to see here. Just a normal press of the fast forward button on our Nintendo DS. Yep. So then we're gonna pick up where we left off. Hello, Bianca. Alright, what are our starters? First, always save. Always save. That is the key to victory, I guess. I don't know. Alright, our starters are... I don't care about that. Are... Pelipper, the ice type. Axu, the water type. Okay. And... Gulpin, the electric type. Well, call me crazy, but then I'm going to go with the Pokemon that actually has a chance. Alright, and then they choose their Pokemon, who cares? Yeah, blah blah blah. Yep. We are facing Scarlet, huh? Okay. We have Cradily. What the heck? I wish I got Cradily. I just got a Pelipper. A toilet bird. Let's check out everything. Snowcloak with an ice type with Snowcloak. That actually does kind of synergize. Okay. Rage, Water Gun, Guillotine, and Icicle Crash. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Alright. Color change. Ooh. What? What the? Oh. Somehow we lived that. Okay. Yeah, sure. And we can learn Dizzy Punch immediately. Okay. Sure. Just gotta fast forward a bit here. Alright. Now, yep, we made my room into a mess. Yep, we know that. Okay, so we're going to go into battle again because apparently this game loves screwing me over, but you know, Gramble, huh? Okay, okay. Hmm. I mean, is there really any other option? Hmm. Okay, well, maybe there is. Okay. Oh, don't like that. Should I just make you dizzy? Oh, wow, we actually did do that. Oh, okay. Lucky, lucky. Does water gun hurt? Yeah, it does. Neutral damage. Okay, awesome. Alright, so as promised, we will name Pelipper Walther, or yeah, Walther, which is, you know, a gun. So yeah, I guess our naming convention will be firearms. Not my first choice, but hey, you know, that is a that is something. Okay, well, we're just going to have to do a little fast forwarding here. Nothing to see here. We got an eye watch or whatever. A bunch of Woobat right there. Okay, we big into I don't know what it's something that's not my business. Alright. And then we talk to the professor. Hello, 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 hello. Yep. Okay, 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 okay. There we go, here we go. Nickname? Walther. Now, I am not, attuned to, the names of certain firearms. So, you guys might have to, give me ideas for, nicknames from here on out. Alright? Alright, well, we're just going to, press our handy-dandy fast forward button. And just, yep, just do all this, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Alright. Cool. Ow. Don't run into me. Alright. Okay, so off topic, but do you guys remember when Senator Ted Cruz had had like some sort of like campaign promotion when he said donate to the cause for a chance to Netflix and chill with Ted Cruz, or maybe it was someone else. I mean, it might have been someone a different U.S. senator, but anyway, not as weird, right? Like so clearly a boomer move, like trying to get hip with the young ones lingo, only for it to backfire so badly. Like it, God, that's just so weird. Anyway, sorry, I don't know why that came up in my head. I was just something. That's just something that comes up in my head sometimes, like maybe like once a year. It's just so bizarre to me. Like you would think someone on this team would do, you know, a little research on what that meant. Alright, so we do a little catching contest, which doesn't really do anything for us. We need to actually catch something for it to matter. And hopefully we do. What is our encounter? Okay, first piece of grass. That's a good sign. Dusk Noir. Okay, awesome. And now, and now, the Nuzlocke has officially begun. Alright, so, can we catch a Dusk Noir? Okay, it looks like it's a water type. Or maybe not, I don't know. Come on. Well, I'm not quite sure. Is it grass type or water type? Well, what if it was a grass type? It'd be weak to icicle crash, but it could just be. Okay, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. Ooh, okay. I'm thinking maybe one more water gun. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And we catch Dusk Noir. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. Wow, we actually managed it. We actually had a decent catch. Okay, so water grass type. Yeah, that makes sense. It is said to take lost spirits into its pliant body and guide them home. Ooh. Okay. Well, do we have any ideas for nicknames? And remember, we are doing uh weapons, I guess. So is the Walther PP a hold on. So the Walther PP is not a name of a gun, it's a like specific type of gun. Alright. So it's not like what I'm saying is like it doesn't have a name. That is the how am I supposed to? So you know how Excalibur is like named Excalibur. It's not. It's a broadsword, but it's Excalibur. The Walther PP is just a Walther PP. It's not. It doesn't have a special name or something like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Maybe I'm explaining that terribly, but yeah. Anyway. Uh, okay, well, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about weapons. Uh, I guess I'll have to look at list of firearms. Uh, hold on. I'm not. Excuse my ignorance when it comes to this kind of stuff. I mean, it just never really interested me. Uh, hmm. All right. I think I got one. We have Northern Felt. Northern Felt. I don't know why. It just seemed like something. Yeah. Oh, not. Well, I'm looking at Northern Felt. It's actually not too off from what Dusk Noir kind of looks like. Like it's comparing Pokemon to guns, but you know, sorry, to get off track here. But yeah, the Sweet Scent, huh? With Rockhead, okay. Well, that's kind of interesting. All right, I need to talk to this person to get a potion. Yep, there we go. And now we're off, and by off I mean not off, I guess. Alright, I'm back. And guess what? I actually have a Pokemon, so isn't that funny? Okay, well. How's everyone doing? Hello, Professor. Yeah, we know where you are. Alright. Alright, here we go. So now we get more tutorial. We've seen this like 6 times already, man. Oh. We just gotta skip through on that. Hooray. Alright. Yep. Well, that was kind of boring. Yep. Only the most riveting of gameplay for us here. Well, good luck with that. Anyway, I think we're going to do a little training here. I'm feeling somewhat good about this team. Nordenfelt and Walther. Those are certainly two names. Ooh, I guess we lucked out. We could have caught an Encada. Ugh. Download, huh? I don't like that. Alright. And now it's just a bunch of grinding from here on out. Another Ninkata, huh? Okay. Oh. Don't like that. Okay. No. Stop that. You stop that. What? You've got to be kidding me. Why? Why? Is it too hard to ask for just a little win here and there, huh? Is that too hard to ask? Alright. I guess the Nordenfelt is down. Because of course it is. This game hates me. Alright. 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 Okay. Yeah, you know, how foolish of me to assume that I would actually be able to move on with 2 Pokemon at this point in the game. No, that was stupid of me to assume. Alright, 074 Nordenfelt. You lasted 1.5 battles. Alright, where are we putting? Yeah. C4, sure. Let's see. I guess we're calling this box Fishers. You know, because they're sleeping with the Fishers. Hahaha, it's so funny. Alright, let's get on with whatever the hell this is. So we have like a... I don't know what this is. I guess this is a straight pride parade or something, I don't know. Something about, I don't know, donating to a zoo or something. Who cares? So those idiots go off doing fuck all. Everyone goes away. And then the Chicago White Sox fan comes up and asks me to battle. I guess I comply. There's nothing really else I can do. He has Obama Snow, of course he does. Icicle Crash, I guess. Oh, well, don't like that. Okay. Well, Don't like that. Okay. Well, yep. Yeah. Yeah, I figured. Well, that's run number 6 down in the books. The worst run yet, and yet we still had the best Pokemon and the worst run yet. Ah, awesome. Guys, it might come to my attention that I don't like doing Nuzlocks. Um, like, it's an interesting challenge and it's interesting to watch, but my god, I am not good at them. Like, maybe it's because I'm impatient or I'm just restricting myself with too many rules or whatnot, but I'm just not liking this, guys. Like, I want to move on. I want to do more, man, but I'm just stuck in this hell loop of nothing and just and suffering from success, all for it to be taken away by RNG. Which, yes, I get that RNG is my doing, but my God, I don't think Nuzlocke are for me, man. Like I don't. It's, yeah. So yeah. But we do have one more cartridge to run. Um, so hey, who knows? Maybe that cartridge will be the saving grace. Maybe that cartridge will be the golden cartridge where we somehow make it out alive and not dead in any capacity. So yeah, let's go. I guess. All right. But yeah, if um if this run is not the run that I don't know what to tell you. I'm just bad. I'm just bad at these. All right. All right, Juniper. Let's get this started. Am I a boy or a girl? I am a boy this time. Haha. Alright, random letter. I'm just randomly pressing my buttons while eyes are closed. N. Oh, well, how about that? The coolest letter in the alphabet. Just completely middle of the road. Perfect, perfection right there. Let's just call him Nick. I don't know. Just for simplicity's sake. Yeah, we know these two. We literally met them again, like 5 minutes ago. Alright. Alright. Run number 7. Awesome. Alright, what we got? We have a fighting type Arbok, okay. An electric type Gloom, sure. And a dragon wow, all these are poison type. Wow. All of these are poison type move. Yeah. Poison. All of these are poison type Gen 1 too. Wow. Anyway. Guess we'll go with Arbok. Yeah, just for the sake of, simply I don't know. Something. Alright. Cristiano. Gorbis, huh? Alright. 217 like Pokemon, huh? Alright. Let's check. Yep, those are definitely fighting type moves. Some pretty strong ones too. Shield Dust, not bad. Okay. A fighting type with Shield Dust. Okay. Huh. Well, not the best moves here, but we'll make do. Well, Gorbis is dead. Wow. Well, Okay, what we got? Speaking of the fighting type, this past weekend was uh, Evo, the Evolution Tournament. For those of you who do not know, it is the largest fighting game tournament in the world, and it always occurs in Las Vegas. And during that tournament, a lot of announcements occur over the course of the tournament's event, and and it was it was okay. The announcement I was looking forward to the most was something from the new fighting game, Marvel took on Fighting Souls, which is exactly what it is. It is a fighting game with Marvel characters. So it's something I'm super excited and have a lot of personal experience with. So I was waiting for a new exciting announcement for that game, and it came, just not in the way I was expecting. Um, so what's happening with Marvel took on Fighting Souls is that they didn't announce a new character like many of us were anticipating, but instead they announced a closed beta, so that people who register for it can try the game out and give their thoughts to the developers, which is cool. We definitely very much welcome in that space, just to get a good feel for the game and whatnot, give some good feedback. Uh, but closed betas usually aren't for me, mainly because I have other things going on in my life that the betas can I can't really work on the beta uh, of those of that aspect, but I guess that's exciting for some people. But man, I was looking forward to like a character announcement or something. But nope, no character announcement. Anyway, what is our naming convention for Arbok? Uh, hmm. What have our past? I'm trying to think of what our past naming conventions were. We had detectives, we had weaponry, we had baseball players. Um, hmm. Okay, well, huh. You know what? Uh, how about? Well, you know what? You know what? Actually, I have it. I have it. Bye. Arbok is a fighting type. Arbok is a snake. To be more accurate, it is a cobra. So, Cobra Kai. Huh? Huh? Man, I am so smart. Anyway, man, now I kind of want to win this run just for that one pun. All right. Yeah. All right. So, huh? I still don't know what the name convention is. I guess puns, film puns. I guess film puns. Sure. Okay, we just skip a bunch of those. God, I'm heavily restricting myself with the film pun naming convention. But I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm smart. I'm a comedic genius after all. See, I'll show you. So what we have here is a rat. She throws out a ball to throw out another rat. They go to Pound Town. He looks at that one funny. Yeah, I know my comedic commentary is on the level of George Carlin. I know, but yeah. Anyway, okay, run officially starts. And you know, let's not beat around the bush. Let's go ahead and get into it. You got something for me? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, bye. Alright, I'm feeling good about this grass. What we got? We have a Poliwag. Okay, sure. Oh no. Slow start. Oh no. You know what? I'm not sad about that. I'm not sad about that one. No. Alright, well that was our encounter. That sucked. Alright, come on. Alright, come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so we pick up where we left off, hopefully. Alright, so let's see, we talk to Nurse Joy, I guess. That's a whole lot of nothing happening. Alright. So it's this is kind of the part I really don't like about redoing these Nuzlocks. It's just so much going on, and that we are like, I already know, man. Wish there was a way to skip some of this tutorial stuff, aside from pressing my hands down the rewind button. You know? Alright. So this guy's rallying these people for a pyramid scheme, I think. And then, yep, he invites all of them to join him at his conference. Okay. Then we have this butthead. Sand Slash. Okay, you know what? Okay, cool. Well, we'll take it. Don't do that. Nope. Punch you in the face. Yep. Cool. Cool. Hello, Sam. Welcome to the party. Ooh, Mach Punch. That could be pretty useful. Acupressure. The user applies pressure. Boosting one of his stats. I think I'm gonna get rid of Focus Blast, actually. Yeah. That way we can... Yeah. Actually have some modicum of a chance. So anyway, hello Sam. Thanks for joining us. We're in the disaster zone. As you can see, we're back at the beginning. It's yeah. It's great. It's awesome. We love it. In fact, I just keep throwing these runs just so I can get straight back to this tutorial section. It's awesome. Yeah. So anyway, this is run number 7. Yeah, pretty bad. But it is what it is. But since we do have our handy dandy rewind button that every Nintendo DS has, then, you know, it's not so terrible that we're always gonna be suffering. Just minorly. Hello, Mom. We just gotta rewind through your dialogue, okay? Alright. Alright. Ooh, Bisharp. Okay. That's a pretty good encounter. Okay, let's see. Do you die? Not yet. Okay. Solar power? This thing has solar power and sunny day? What are the chances of that, huh? Alright. Sure, okay. Stay in there. Okay, well, never mind. I don't want to waste all of our Pokeballs, but... Come on. Hey, look at that. Bisharp, it's an electric type and it has sunny day and solar power. Weird. Like granted, it's not unusual. Like no, those are part of the settings of this randomizer, but you know, it is unusual. Anyway, God, okay, I think nah. I think our naming convention should be maybe TV shows? Maybe? Yeah? Yeah, I mean, I know I'm restricting myself on those, but Arbok is named after Cobra Kai, so maybe TV shows. Yeah. So what's a good TV show that we can name Bisharp after? It is an electric type. Um, Maybe I should look this up. Hold on. And if you have any suggestions out in the chat, then you know, throw them out there. I'm, I'm not, I'm not too privy against anything. I thought so. Well, I guess what we could call it is, I guess we could call this one, Gambit. Named after the Queen's Gambit, you know? Bisharp is named, Bisharp is like based off of a bishop, which you assume from like chess and whatnot. So, you know, the Queen's Gambit, I don't know, something. Anyway, so we know its ability, but what are the moves? Thunder Punch, Shockwave, and Sunny Day, Charge Beam. Okay, well that's not nothing. That's not nothing. So, oh, it was holding something. Hold on. What were you holding? A Choppleberry. Well, isn't that fitting? Isn't that name fitting for something with blades for arms? Yep, we gotta fight this guy, of course. Ba ba bam ba ba bam ba ba bam ba ba bam bam ba bam ba 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 bam. Oh. I guess it was still a normal type or something? I don't know. Don't know, don't care. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, I'm going to grind a bit. I want to catch a bishop up to speed. Alright. Alright. Oh, Volbeat, Good thing that wasn't an encounter. Volbeat is just not good. Lock on? What do you need lock on for? How about punch in the face, huh? Man, Volbeat is so lame. A very weirdly useless Pokemon. Like, I get that there are going to be Pokemon that, you know, like just exist. Sometimes just to fill out the Pokedex. But man, Volbeat just feels especially useless. Okay. Fusion Bolt? What? Heck yeah, we're learning that. Oh, Pupitar. Well, that would have been a pretty interesting catch. Alright. Well, I guess we're just doing this. Carablast. Wow, we can find a lot of Pokemon in this grass, huh? Well, oh, sorry. So wow, a lot of Pokemon are in this grass, huh? So I was rewatching Dr. Stone, and you know just to watch it, and man, it was man that stuff just amazes me, like the science behind it. Dr. Stone really has a way of making science fun for me. Like I was never a science person. I like science. I think it's cool, but I just could never really get into like the nitty gritty of science. You know, like the chemicals, and like the mechanics of physics and whatnot. Like those were just too big numbers for me. But Dr. Stone just makes science really fun, and with that splash of anime writing and the absurdism of science fiction in general, man, it's just so fun. So anyway, if you guys have a chance, go watch Doctor Stone if you want to. It is fun. It's actually currently airing with a new season, or a new part of a season. Kind of hate when they do that. I hate when anime say season 2 part 1 and then season 2 part 2, and you know those are split into cores. Well, like just call part 2 season 3, guys. Like damn. Like I don't feel like there's a reason for you guys to do that. Like maybe I'm sure there's a reason behind it. Like those parts are still being produced simultaneously and whatnot. But man, like at that point, just if you're not gonna show them sequentially, just call them, like just call them like separate seasons, guys. God damn. Anyway, sorry, that's just my little ramble against that practice. I'm not a big fan of it. Alright, Stunfisk, are you still a ground type? Unlikely, but possible. But no. Ooh, it's actually the opposite. It's super weak against electric types. Awesome. Move around it. Volt Tackle? What the frick? This causes recoil, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. I'm not so sure, actually. I think we're going to forego Volt Tackle. For now, anyway. So yeah. Let's see. We have 2 considerably good Pokemon. What do you know? Oh, okay, well, we gotta be running into something. With Sharna. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Hmm. What? The heck? That could have been Bullet Punch because that's not really effective. What? I wasn't really paying attention. I'm sure it was something. Well, but I don't care anymore. You are dead now. Alright. See. We have a chill drive, sure. And a heal wall. Sure. Those certainly are things. Oh, god damn it. Forget about this. I honestly forget. I don't know how I do it, but I honestly forget about this part. Alright, we got Cristiano. Ba-da-ba-bam-ba. What? What the frick? Okay. You go down by Thunder Punch. No, but close. Mushroom still seems to be a fire type, interestingly. But don't do that. Not cool. Not cool. Alright, now die. Am I going to get some sort of newfound appreciation for Gambit? Or not Gambit, what? For Bisharp? I just might. I just might. Dun 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 dun. Alright, what we got? Hammer on. It's hammer time. Oh. Apparently we can't. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't think Pikachu would be a flying type. Okay. Well. Slightly problematic. Don't kill me. Oh, that's really close. But I think this will do it. Oh yeah, I'm awesome. Let's go. Alright, back to our old stomping grounds. Not because we're from here, but because we just keep coming back. Alright. So yeah, this guy gives us a dust ball. Let's go ahead and heal up. Well, not heal up, grab this item. I was thinking the Pokemon Center was on my mind for a second there. Okay, just grab that heart scale. Move over here. Let's see what we got here. We have Charon. Being a weirdo again. Alright, Charon. Come on. Weird that we have to do this indoors, like I get that we do this several times and I get that we do this several times in this game, but you would think that the kids will not be able to focus on their studies while we do this. Okay. What? Oh, well, that's just a terrible mashup. Okay, well, duly noted. Lyron has lightning rod. Awesome. Okay, well, that's not good. That's doubly not good. Oh, crap. Oh, well, there goes Kai. And we can't win. But we just can't win. Crap. Oh, no. We actually cannot win. I thought Lyron... Oh, man. Well, that's that run. Sadly. Yeah, in retrospect, we probably should have gotten the monkey before we did this battle. I was just so gung-ho at this that I thought we had a chance without it. But nope, I had to be a fool. Well, let's just make this the most powerful Lyron to ever exist. And then die. Yeah. No, all things considered, I am not... I am kind of proud of this team. Like... you know, Arbok has some pretty decent fighting moves, even though it wasn't really the star. And like Bishop was like kind of badass. Like Thunder Punch, Fusion Bolt, Sunny Day with solar power. I mean, those are some pretty dope abilities right there, man. Like, dang. Like, it is a bummer that we lost that this run. But damn, if I was playing this through this normally, I'd be pretty satisfied with this team as of at the moment, you know. But yeah, it's a shame we lost. And I am out of cartridges, so I can't really load up any more. We've lost all of our runs before we really even got started. Sadly, like the run with Meganium was our best one, surprisingly, and the one after it was probably our worst one. So, you know, like give and take a lot, give and take. Anyway. Well, sadly, I have no more cartridges, and you know that's poor foresight on my end. But I honestly thought that we would get further than this. I did, I did. Of course, I should have gotten a monkey. Now I can see that, but you know it's too late. But anyway, can't really do anything about that now. Um, in terms of nuzlocking, I don't know, man. I don't think I'm a fan, personally. I don't think I'm a fan of playing them. I think they're fine. I think they're fun to watch. But for me, personally, I just can't get into it. Like, it might just be the general fatigue of playing them. Of like, just playing all these runs, like, non-stop. And through, like, just repeating the constant events without actually making any progress. It's just it's just it just demotivates me even more when playing them. That being said, I do see the appeal of them. I do see they're cool, and how they do add the extra challenge to to the game, to which I am grateful for experiencing the Nuzlocke the Nuzlocke challenge. Like definitely not for me. Uh, but I did have fun in some moments, and I wouldn't say it was a complete waste of time. I mean, I did uh, I did find a few more appreciation. Uh, of, I did find a little more appreciation for some Pokemon like Bisharp and Meganium, but and other aspects like don't underestimate other Pokemon and something, like Warmpole with Head Smash. But yeah, that's just I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, I don't think we'll be doing any Nuzlocks in the near time future. Nah, because I'm just burnt out on them right now. So yeah. But anyway, thank you for joining me. In terms of what we're going to be doing next time, I'm gonna have to dwell on that. I have a few games in mind, but I also need to focus on some work as well. So I might be streaming. I am going to aim to stream next Monday. There is no planned break like last week. Um, but if I'm caught up in work, then it might not be able to be helped. But yeah, I do have a few games in mind to tackle that games I haven't played before and games I have played before and like have a deep love for them. So yeah, isn't that what you like? Occasionally seeing a guy play games that he loves. Like these first time experiences are great. Like they are. I do like them. But there's also times when, I just want to show off and not be known as the guy who constantly fails. So yeah, we'll we'll pick this up hopefully next week. But if something happens, something happens. With a new game, I'll decide on that in the coming days. But until then, thank you for joining me. I've been Nathan, and wherever you are, whoever you are, whether if it's morning, day, evening, or night, I hope you all have a wonderful time. Okay, peace.